Hey, what's up? It's Chuck from In the Lab News. I'm here with my man Jesse Jones, aka Filet, and so we're just catching up from where we left off almost this time last year. We came out to Harlem, we filmed him. He had the crazy handle, layups, and all that, and you know, just a lot of things have changed in your life. So, I mean, holla at me.
Honestly, man, it's like ever since the last meeting we had, it's been crazy. Nike, Bleacher Report, you know, Adidas, you know, Under Armour, like a few of those names pop up, but I'm recently sponsored by Nike, so that's kind of the biggest thing right now that like kind of wowed me out. I did a little work with Bleacher Report that was real good, but besides that, Nike has been like, it's been crazy. I interviewed Kyrie. I went to All-Star Weekend. That was crazy. I met Eric Gordon, Devin Booker. I met a whole bunch of people. Almost seen LeBron in person, but you know, we got too much security, so you can't really get to him. But like, besides that, you know, I think out of the Nike and going to LA and being, well, I'm in LA right now, but you know, for my first time on All-Star Weekend, it was crazy. You know, finally got to meet Devin. Like I tell people before, like growing up in high school, the 10,000 hours on YouTube stuff, that's what I was into. Like I watched all Devin videos, so meeting him in person was like, dang, I'm finally with Devin for the first time. So that was cool too. We did a recap on the Kick Rising Stars game. That was dope. He brought his knowledge. I brought my, you know, Filet, you know, the usual feng shui on that. And then, you know, just the overall experience of being in LA for the first time was crazy, especially All-Star Weekend. So, you know, you get to see all the All-Stars and NBA people. So other than that, some gigs. I'm getting into hosting, so that's a real big thing I've been doing. Besides when we first met, I got used to the hosting thing. Hosted a few games, celebrity games. I've been doing a lot of those, so those has been very well. The page is going exceptional right now, you know. So it's blowing up ever since then. Like it's going crazy, you know. I'm just living every moment of it, and it's just like, man, all this hard work is paid off. And I might be forgetting some things, but it's a lot of like good things going on. So I did a lot of branding stuff as well, you know, with my merch. I'm doing a lot of good things with that. I just recently signed with a team, Today's Athletes. Shout out to them, and my basketball agency, 610 Sports Management. Signed with those two, and those two been helping me out real well. Especially Today's Athletes with my management and branding and getting gigs and stuff. Did some stuff with Hypebeast as well, and you know. I'm just here on the recap. We're in the lab, but it's been a dream come true, man. Right. Like Chance said, I'm living my best life.
Well, one thing that we talked about earlier that was interesting to me is that you were saying when you were younger you weren't that good.
Yeah.
And so I think that's very important for people watching, because they'll see you now. I mean, you come in, you know, you shamming people, you hesitant out of this, spinning off them. You're doing the you know, jellies, you dunking, you're doing all that. So people, some people watching might think you just always had that.
Yeah, and that's the thing about my story. My story, I'm not saying my story is one of a kind, or nobody has went through what I went through, but I kind of feel like my story is separate from a lot of people, because, you know, I wasn't always good. You know, like I took the long way out. And like when I say the long way, like, you know, some people, they listen and get it like that. I wasn't like that, you know. I was the one that, hey, don't go down that street. I'm going down that street. So my dad always used to tell me, like, you know, you're gonna learn the hard way, but you're gonna get it, but you're gonna learn it the hard way. And that's how I learned it. When I finally grasped it and kept going, like, I started to see blessings come my way. You know, at one point in my life, I was just like, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm gonna play basketball. Like, what's next for me? And then this pop up, and then, you know, and it's all in my movement and what I preach about, you know, hard work and never giving up, and you know, working for what you want. And this is what I did. You know, I worked to get better. I wanted to get better in the gym every day. So like, for all the kids that's watching this this video, you know, just keep working. You know, like, I never thought I'd be the player I am today. You know, I was one of them kids that wasn't good, got picked over, laughed at, and stuff like that. And the same people now want to pick me up, want to play with me, want to get in videos. So, you know, you never know, man. You know, like, just keep working. You know, anything is possible. So I think that's why my story is so unique, because people, there's a lot of funny people behind the camera that doesn't play basketball. And like, a lot of people say, but when it's really time to play basketball, can't really play basketball. So that's why I think my following is organic and it's different, because they'd be like, oh, he really actually plays basketball. He's actually good. So Yeah, I definitely think that's what it is.
And so to me, what's special about that is that your dad, you know, he stayed in your corner. He kept giving you the good word.
Yeah.
And it's like finally when you matched up your dream with his words, boom.
It's crazy. That's
now
like
you're interviewing Kyrie, you know what I'm saying? Now you're coming out to LA and you're doing amazing things.
Yeah, my father always said, you know, like, you know, always believe. Like, he got a motto. You know, rest in peace to my little man, Avery Thompson, man, he passed away, but, you know, his motto was dream big, you know, never give up, pal. That's my father's terminology, and every day I think he says that, it's a different power behind those words, you know, dream big, you know, I never think I'd be in LA doing what I'm doing now, and, you know, let's get it, get up in the morning, you know, let's get it going, and power, just bring that fire, you bring that energy, you bring that magic to what you do. So, my dad is just like living, it's just like living the words, just like you said, living the words my father said, you know, always be, you know, be grateful, which you would never be like arrogant, don't be no a-hole, don't be like that, because you know bad things will come back on you. But to live the life I'm living now and to actually see what my father actually told me and I'm living it right now, it's outrageous. Like, it's crazy, because everything he told me happened. Just you're gonna go through hate, just you're gonna be big one day. Like, he was the only one, nobody believed in me, he was the only one. You're gonna be big, don't worry about it. And name, people gonna know your name. Your name gonna be in bright stars one day. I never believed him until, like, I said, you know what, man, I'm gonna start doing my own thing. And then it started to blow up, and now I walk in the house, he just look at me like, yo, my son he doing it, he doing the damn thing. So yeah, it's definitely like when you say like living the word that your father say, I'm really like living that lifestyle, man. It's crazy.
Okay. So now, I mean, I know in the past, you know, we chopped it up. You know, your goal of all time was to be a pro basketball player.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I'll say this: when me and Dev, when we went out to Turkey to film the EuroLeague Final Four, we were interviewing the guys that won the championship after the game, and then so Devin asked him a question, and it was like, you know, what do you feel like you're missing out on anything since you're not in the league? These dudes, both of them lifted up their champagne, topped it off, and then they're like, we got everything dudes in the league got. We hopped on the bus with them, they had a full parade, and it was nuts. And so how that relates to you now is like, you're at All-Star Weekend, you're traveling the country, you're signed to Nike.
That's crazy.
You got a fan base bigger than most NBA players. You know what I'm saying? Like, David Nwaba doesn't have, like, the following you have. So it's like, let's say somebody in Ukraine hits you up to come over there. It's like, at this point, like, do you still want to go? Is that something that you still want to get off? Or are you good? Or, like, where's your head at in terms of that whole thing?
That question I've answered about a million times, and like and the reason why I love answering this question is because, you know, in this system, not getting into racial and not getting into all that other topics, but the color of our skin, we're not meant to beat the system that people so-called, you know, keep us in. And at the end of the day, I feel like anybody in general, white, black, it don't matter. We categorize ourselves in doing one thing. Not never trying to do 2 or 3 or 4. We categorize ourselves in doing one thing. And people ask me, like, you got this big brand going on. If you go play basketball overseas, you're going to shut. No. When I go over there, I'm a walking marketing person. I'm going to market my brand over there. I'm going to market my brand anywhere I go. If I go somewhere and they're like, oh, you're Filet? Yeah, I'm Filet. You can take a picture. They're like, yo, this kid is humble. I gain more followers. So I feel like it's more organic. And I feel like I can do all things in Christ which strengthens me, and my mom told me that growing up. So I feel like I could do anything. So it's not impossible to do. It's just hard work. That's all it takes, you know. So pushing your brain and playing basketball. Somebody, it has to be the right money though. If they give me the right money, I'll go over there. But if it's like low, because I know I've been out of school for a while, I'm gonna stay home and build my brand like I have been doing for the last 2 years. Last time we did have our first interview, I was more so in the pro mind, wanting to get overseas, and then it flipped. Now I'm in brand mode, I'm in marketing mode. Everywhere I go, I'm just ready to, you know, pitch ideas to different people, and people just like, oh, you got a good thing going, keep it moving, you got a good head on your shoulders, and you're humble. So a lot has changed since we have our first interview. So if I was to tell you, like, I'm definitely like, it's like up and down, you know. Still want to be a pro baller, but you know, this is like, I like this. I like to sing. I like to be me. I like to entertain and motivate kids. You know, that's what been my motto. You know, I always been like that. But yeah, it's definitely up for grabs.
Yeah, I mean, if the right situation comes by, why not?
Why not?
You know, I'll never forget. You remember Akil Card, the ball player. So I remember as a junior, he went out to Europe. His team was playing in some tournament out there, and so they offered him $750,000 off rip. So it's like, I mean, if they come with the bag like that, you know,
I remember that.
6 months of work, why not?
He's a sophomore.